Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're basically playing digital detectives. We're going to do a complete forensic deconstruction of a raw digital pitch for something called Flash USDT. We've got a really fascinating piece of source material to look at today. It's a direct, unedited solicitation that actually serves as a perfect educational case study in how certain types of digital propositions are structured. We're going to break down exactly what the author is offering, how they frame their pitch, and the specific mechanics they use to draw an audience in. So, get ready, because analyzing the exact words used in this text reveals a ton about the architecture of online offers. Okay, let's dive into this incredibly bizarre and kind of eerie claim. We pulled this directly from our source material, complete with all its original typos, just to set the stage for our investigation. Right out of the gate, the author introduces this completely counterintuitive concept for a digital asset. They just plainly state that this Flash USDT will stay in wallet limited time, and then it will be disappeared. Now, in the world of assets, longevity and permanence are usually the whole point, right? They're the primary selling points. Yet here, the temporary nature of this item isn't hidden away in some fine print. It's literally broadcast as the defining feature. By looking at this raw, unedited language, and yes, including that spelling of disappeared, we get a very authentic, unfiltered look at how this pitch is being delivered to its target audience.
Section 1. Defining Flash USDT.
So the really crucial point here is the paradox we're presented with. We have an asset that you can supposedly transfer and trade, but which is explicitly programmed to just vanish. The text straight up tells us this is a fake coin, not real. But in the exact same breath, the author insists that it is transferable and tradable. Think about the mechanics of what's actually being proposed here. The author is asking you to accept that a fully functioning mechanism for exchange exists, but with a built-in expiration date. It's a fascinating structural contradiction. They're pitching the utility of a real asset, trading and transferring, while outright declaring its illegitimacy at the exact same time.
Section 2. The Disappearing Act. Contradictions and Warnings.
Notice the massive cognitive dissonance happening here? The author promises the security of a real contract address while simultaneously admitting the coin itself is entirely fake. Basically, the author is leveraging technical jargon, specifically this phrase mint on real contract address, to inject a sense of technological legitimacy into the pitch. When you hear contract address, it implies a verified blockchain-based foundation. But literally right next to that claim, they reiterate it's a fake coin, not real. This is a classic structural technique in this type of solicitation. They blend technical, authoritative-sounding terminology with disclaimers that completely undermine that very authority. It's designed to create a psychological gray area for the reader.
We really need to highlight this highly unusual and frankly ironic warning, where a cryptocurrency pitch actually tells the user that digital wallets themselves are the scams. The exact quote is, "Be careful, don't trust on wallet are scam." This is a brilliant, albeit totally chaotic deflection tactic. The author is literally pitching a disappearing fake coin, yet they attempt to position themselves as the trustworthy party by pointing the finger at standard digital infrastructure. By warning you that the wallets are scams, the author is trying to disarm your natural skepticism. They're essentially saying, hey, the system is dangerous, but I'm giving you the inside scoop.
Section 3. The Live Demonstration Pitch.
And this next part brilliantly illustrates the step-by-step funnel the author uses to pull the viewer off a public platform and right into a direct, private communication channel. The text doesn't just offer information, it actually demands a change in environment. Step 1, come on video call. Step 2, I share screen. Step 3, show things on the Binance exchange. Step 4, check my WhatsApp number. Just look at that progression. The author is actively trying to isolate the viewer. They're moving the interaction from a passive reading experience into an active, highly personal, and totally unrecorded peer-to-peer space like WhatsApp and a private screen share.
The promise of a live generation demonstration is dangled right in front of you as a way to build false trust through a supposedly transparent shared screen experience. Quote, "So if you guys want, I show you live how to generate Flash USDT. This is the ultimate bait." By offering to show the generation process live, the author is heavily leaning on the idea that seeing is believing. It's a hugely powerful psychological trigger. I mean, if they can show you the process on a screen share, especially while name-dropping a major platform like the Binance exchange, it lends this heavy cloak of credibility to an asset they've already admitted is entirely fake. It's basically an invitation to step behind the curtain.
Section 4. Anatomy of a Fake Coin.
By dissecting these exact details, we learn the overarching structure of how these schemes present themselves and the contradictory mechanics they use to reel people in.
Just look at how perfectly structured this actually is, despite the terrible grammar. First, you have the hook. The author repeatedly states this is only for education purpose, which creates a safe, low-stakes environment for the viewer. Second, the contradiction, holding the tension between a fake coin and a real contract to confuse and intrigue you. Third, the deflection, warning that the wallets are the real scams, which positions the author as your protective guide. And finally, the catch, that urgent push to get you onto a private video call and WhatsApp. What we've uncovered here is the absolute blueprint of the pitch.
So I'll leave you with this final, provocative thought to consider the true intentions hidden behind the guise of online education. The author insists repeatedly that this guide to generating disappearing fake money is purely educational. But when the curriculum requires you to leave a public forum, ignore standard security warnings, and jump onto a private WhatsApp video call just to watch a live demonstration of counterfeit digital asset generation, well, you really have to ask yourself what the lesson actually is and who is really getting schooled. Understanding this structure is absolutely crucial for navigating today's digital landscape. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer, and definitely keep your investigative eyes open out there.